It's June 16th, 1995, and a new Batman film is released called Batman Forever, directed by Joel Schumacher. This film was a massive success, going on to be the 6th highest grossing film of 1995. After this movie, Joel got most of his team back together, except Val Kilmer, who played Batman. This was due to apparently Joe and Val not getting along on set. So Joe hired George Clooney to wear the Batman suit. The other cast consisted of Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, Chris O'Donnell as Robin, by the way, who is dripped out, Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl, Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, and the screenplay was written by Akiva Goldsman and Bill Finger. Now you would think with the different heroes and villains that were in this film, it would be kind of like an Endgame movie of the 90s, but obviously it wasn't. First of all, George Clooney's works in the movie were not the best. It felt like he barely tried to do the character of Batman, and even George has said he is the worst Batman, and apologized for his performance in the film. It wasn't just his fault though. The suit he was wearing didn't just have nipples, but also didn't let him move his neck. The film also spent more time on the villains than the heroes, and Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze were just boring villains. Also, I think we can all agree on this, the movie was just really cartoonish and plain as goofy. For example, in the film, Bane was chaffering Poison Ivy around. Why? There was also more examples in the film, but this is just one of them. The film also seemed like a big commercial for marketing. The only reason they really introduced Batgirl was just an excuse to make a Batgirl action figure for money. The film was also really overproduced, but not in a good way. Every action scene has so much going on. I mean, look at this scene on screen, for example. I understand this movie was really overproduced and had a lot going on. It was also brought to light that Joel's directing was terrible. The Washington Post said, Joel Schumacher arranges and choreographs his actors as if they were storefront dummies. He blasts the gothic gloom of Bob Kane's original Batman comic book series into goofy brightness. The requisite flashbacks where Batman recalls his painful childhood are delivered with a sense of reluctant obligation. He turns the story into a series of cluttered, overextended action pieces, and he inflates everything with cheap puns, mediocre vamping, and special effects that don't pump you up so much as wear you down. Overall, this film really seemed like a disaster, and honestly, I think this movie should have been released straight to DVD. After doing all my research, I can understand why this is one of the worst superhero movies ever made. And yeah, I understand that, obviously, from now looking at all this research. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video. I'm guessing this video is pretty short. I do want to make a longer video eventually. Thank you all for watching. See y'all later. Have a good one, and goodbye.